Hi, I'm Billie Jean King, and I'd like to share the story of one of my heroes, Althea Gibson. Althea was one of the greatest tennis players in the history of sport, and she was the first African American athlete to win a major tennis championship. Born August 25th, 1927, in Silver, South Carolina, Althea grew up in Harlem, New York. Althea was the Jackie Robinson of tennis. She made history in 1956 when she won the French Open, the first of her 5 major singles titles. In 1957, she won both Wimbledon and the U.S. Nationals, and then successfully defended her titles, winning Wimbledon and the U.S. Nationals again in 1958. In 1957, she was the first African American to be voted by the Associated Press as its Female Athlete of the Year. She won the honor again in 1958. I first started playing tennis at age 11, and I wanted to be the #1 player in the world. At 13, I saw Althea play at the Los Angeles Tennis Club, and it changed my life forever. She was the #1 player in the world, and I knew if I wanted to be the best player in the world, I would have to work very, very hard. That day, I learned, if you can see it, you can be it. Althea was a woman of many talents. She was an accomplished singer and recorded albums. She appeared in television shows and in movies. And in 1958, she wrote one of my favorite books, her autobiography titled, I Always Wanted to Be Somebody. In 1964, at age 37, Althea once again showed her incredible athletic ability and began competing on the Ladies Professional Golf Association Tour. She was the first African American woman to compete on the LPGA Tour. I was fortunate to have a long friendship with Althea. Later in Althea's life, I was able to join Zina Garrison, another world-class African American tennis player, and visit with Althea at her home in New Jersey. Zina, who was ranked as high as #4 in the world in her career, was also deeply influenced by Althea. Thanks to the help of Althea's longtime associate, Fran Gray, Zina and I were able to spend an afternoon with Althea near the end of her life. After Althea passed away in 2003, many of us spent years looking for a way to properly celebrate her long and historic career. Our prayers were answered on August 26, 2019, when a statue celebrating Althea was unveiled at the National Tennis Center, home of the U.S. Open. Althea Gibson was a superstar, and she lived and competed in a time where she faced discrimination daily. She paved the way for future athletes of color to compete in tennis and in professional sports. Players like Zina Garrison, Arthur Ashe, Venus Williams, Serena Williams, and Coco Gauff have all stood on Althea's shoulders. There's an inscription on Althea's statue on the grounds of the USTA National Tennis Center. I hope that I've accomplished just one thing, that I have been a credit to tennis and my country. She spoke those words in a speech in 1958, and they will forever be part of her legacy. Althea Gibson taught us all, if you can see it, you can be it.